Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong, the owner of Zhong Cage Fighting Series. Right next to me, we have Khabib Nurmagomedov. No, I'm joking. I always pull that jokes every time I see you. Now, Benny Orozco, officially signed today, will be fighting on our upcoming event. This one is going to be the first time ever you're trying to make it down to 155 pounds.
Yeah, for MMA.
For MMA?
Yeah.
So now, I know you wrestled in high school. Have you ever made 155 before?
For a jiu-jitsu tournament, I made 155 twice. Wrestling, I wrestled 220s.
220?
Yeah, 220 down to 182.
Christ.
So, yeah, I wasn't close in high school, but I'm there now, so.
So now, how? Let's share a little bit about your secrets. How do you manage your diet to get your weight down to that low?
Just got to be strict, no cheat days. My camp is going to start. It started 2 weeks ago. I, was going crazy, having all my foods and stuff. But, I had to dial it back. 4th of July, a little setback, but, we're back on.
You look pretty on point right now, though. Like 155, what are you, 170 now?
I'm like 185 right now. But,
what?
Yeah.
Where's the other 40 pounds?
Yeah, I'm really hydrated all the time.
So I'm 185 right now, and I feel I'm a little bit bigger. Do I?
Yeah, I'm dense.
Right?
I'm dense.
how do you look at 185 look like this? I'm scared. Damn. Well, the youth does it for you, like, wow, I thought you like maybe 165, 170 top.
No, yeah, it's dense. My legs are pretty big, so.
That's those Pakistani, man. I'm telling people all the time. You can't hide it. Now, your upcoming fight, you against the guy is Francisco.
Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name.
Can't pronounce his last name. Never fought on my show before. He is 2-0. It's undefeated. How do you prepare for a guy like him? I believe he's like what, 5'11" or 6 foot?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was 5'11", but I train with people that are 6'3", 6'4", 200 plus pounds, 240. So the size doesn't bother me. I've wrestled, like I said, from 220 to 182.
Damn,
so
crazy.
The size isn't a problem. The weight, it's gonna be, I like the weight. A lot easier to lift 155 than 220.
So wow, you have to make 30-pound cuts from now to 5.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's just because I'm hydrated right now. Like right now, I'm probably like 183-ish, but after a practice, I'm 174.
Right.
So I just drink so much water, it's crazy.
So 155 look like it's gonna be your permanent home from now on, correct?
For amateurs, yeah. And then when I go pro, I'm gonna go 145. That's when there's not gonna be any cheat days between fights. Right. It's gonna be strict discipline. Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
So now, talk a little bit about this upcoming opponent. Like, what do you know about him, and how do you prepare for him?
I don't know too much about him, honestly. I saw his one fight that went 3 rounds. He got to finish in the 3rd. That takedown defense was looking rough, not gonna lie, but I'm hoping he makes his improvements, and his striking's cool. He's probably the most technical person I've gone against. He has a cool switch kick. He got into the clinch and threw knees until he got a finish in the 3rd, but that takedown defense is gonna need to be better. But
so
he's working.
It looks like your game plan is very clearly it's gonna go down and just take him down and drown him from there. You're very good. Like the last fight, watching you fight against Gary Thompson was one of the most phenomenal, because I didn't see anybody can out wrestle Gary Thompson, and you actually kind of dominated on that department. You out wrestle and Gary, and actually Gary on this upcoming fight, he's moving back to 170.
No, really?
Yeah, he was telling me basically because he cut too much weight, he feel like he kind of losing some of the strength. So he's been lifting a little bit, but the kid's only 20 years old, barely 20, just turned 20. I think there's a lot of room to grow, and sometimes as you get older, your body filled up a little bit more. And then for him to cut to, he fought you at 160, and I think that wasn't his best performance, according, and I'm actually going to see him in 30 minutes too, so we'll be curious about, what he's going to fight. He's fighting a really tall, 6'5", lanky guy.
Oh yeah, I know him. That's my boy too.
Yeah, so he's fighting Dimitri on the upcoming card at 170 pounds. So very curious about how that fight's gonna go down, because Dimitri is such a long person, 6'5" with that, with the Zhong reach. So.
I actually wrestled him in high school, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was at 182.
Now, with your 2 cents, because you trained with Dimitri and you fought Gary Thompson. How do you analyze that fight? Those two.
You know, I've never trained with Dimitri. He's just my boy. You know,
Okay.
I wrestled him like in competition. So I think twice. I think I pinned him in like maybe 50 seconds the first one, and then we went into like the third round, the second one. But Garrett's tough. You know.
Who do you think? Who do you put money on?
I don't know, Garrett. For him to go 3 rounds with me, like, not to sound cocky, he's tough. He's a tough guy. Like, he wasn't giving anything easy. He wasn't looking for a way out. You know, so
he's a gamer.
He's a dog. You know, so I've never actually watched Dimitri fight or like went back and watched his film. So I'm not really sure like how he fights and stuff. But I know Garrett's a dog, and you know Dimitri was a wrestler, so he's a dog too. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure.
You have to put money on one of them. Who you got?
Man, if I had to put money, okay, Garrett, he went the distance with me.
All right, sounds
love
good.
You, Dimitri, love you.
All right, so I'm interested in watching that fight too. You know, I'm seeing Dimitri on Friday early morning before I drive out of town, and then I'm seeing Gary in about 1:30 today. So very intrigued on that matchup. Like I really want to see that matchup, and two up and coming. Let's see who got the better hand on that night. So now on this upcoming card, how do you prepare for your opponent? It looks like you're gonna work on a lot of takedowns and ground and pound, right?
I mean, I work everything all the time. I'm striking with the, you know, tall guys. I grapple with them. I train, I train with a bunch of high-level people. So just like knowing where they're at and seeing where I'm at with them, it gives me a lot of confidence. And I just know I work hard every day, and I'm eating right. You know, I push myself all the time. So, you know, all I can do is put in the work, and that makes me confident. So,
in the Bay Area, amateur or pro, who caught your eye that you want to fight in the future?
I don't know anyone around here, honestly. I mean, I know my teammates. My boy Joe, he's 185, you know, but I just know that's only people I know from the Bay, just like people that I know. But like to actually compete against, I couldn't tell you.
Well, I'm telling you right now, since the last time you fought on my show, there's a lot of people already talking about you. You know, so some people ask me like, hey, I want to fight for the strap. I'm like, well, I usually don't do amateur bouts. Unless it's a very unique circumstances, you know, then I put an amateur bout. Usually only do pro bouts, you know, but people's already mentioned your name. And then, you know, 55er and some people 170. I'm like, I'm not sure what way he's going to be dominate. So you definitely, you draw a lot of eyes. And if you make it to the next fight, it's going to be 4-0. You know, if you come out this win, you be 4-0. You definitely caught a lot of tension.
Yeah.
That, you know, and then if you're talking about fighting in November, hopefully can for a strap, and I'm sure a list of the guys going to be like, okay, 155, that's the guy. But November, you're not going to go to 45 yet, right?
No, I'll be 155.
Right, I'm assuming you're 155. Okay, well, you know, let's see how this is going to play out. Now, if your opponent watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Train hard, show up, be safe, show up. I just want to fight, honestly. I'm going to work so hard for this fight, you know. Hopefully there's a backup or something just in case this dude backs out or whatever happens. Anything can happen, but
right,
you know.
Well, hope people out there train hard but train safe. You know, injury is always number one thing I'm concerned. You know, so but I'm hoping people can, you know, come from a legitimate camp. That's why I'm trying to stay away from the independent fighter. You know, independent fighter usually scares me because sometimes they show, sometimes they don't. They don't have a coach, they don't have a team to train with, and then sometimes they just garage style, and that's what they get hurt, you know. So this guy you're fighting look like come from a rogue empire, a legitimate team from East Palo Alto. So and then under Eugene Jackson has been around the game, one of the OGs. So I'm very confident, you know, they will come through the event, you know. Hopefully no hurt or nothing. And I'm gonna see them in a couple of days. You know, I'm gonna interview him as well. And then if he watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Nothing. It is what it is, you know. We're going to see what happens, and, you know, I know what's going to happen, so.
Now, do you have any special loved one, training partner, sponsor, supporters that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, shout out all my partners. My boy Sauce over here just did his interview.
Have you ever tried his barbecue?
I haven't. He's gonna have to hook me up with that. For sure
Okay,
gonna have to.
triple sauce. I'm gonna stop by in Brentwood. And I want ribs. Just hook me up a couple ribs, and I'm gonna see what kind of sauce you put in there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get some too. He didn't even tell me about that.
Well,
so.
you have to get your weight cut down, so maybe the sauce is not an
Yeah.
option before August 20. After August 20, you might stop by and try out some beef or try table something.
Yeah.
So now, do you have any sponsor?
Yeah. The ranch. Shout out the ranch. Who else we got? We got veganism. My boy Izzy. Shout out him. I try to keep all my sponsors, like I know them. Cooler Boys. Shout out them. Everybody that I have sponsored me, like I know them or like I grew up with them and now they're doing something. Waller Inc. I coach his boy in wrestling and he's sponsoring me. So I try to, I'm gonna try to make it and try to bring all my boys with me,
Well,
so.
you got a very large sponsor and a good support system. I can't wait watching you perform once again, August 20, against another undefeated fighter. So someone's gonna get their first out. So let's see how that's gonna play out. So anyway, August 20, make sure you guys stay tuned. Don't miss it. It's a big, huge stack card, over 25s on the card. So stay tuned. The event's also live stream pay-per-view nationwide. You guys cannot make it to the event, order your live stream pay-per-view from DragonHouseMMA.com. Thank you. Shout out to all the fight fans been supporting me for years. Been doing this for 15 years now, so looking forward to provide another huge event for all the fight fans out there. So I'm Zhong. Follow me on Instagram. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys August 20. Any last word you want to say to anyone else?
Nope. I mean, just a few more partners. Sefa, boy, there every day. Appreciate you. Kobe, he's there working. Ion, a lot of people that train with me. Everybody at Team Santos, all the gyms that let me come and cross train and help me level up. We all help each other, so I appreciate everybody. And showtime.
Khabib! Oh my God. All right, Benny Orozco, August 20th. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys watching him. What's your Instagram?
Benny Orozco 36.
Follow him, Benny Orozco 36. We'll see you guys August 20th. Thank you.
Yep.